Welcome to Mishna study, Masachat Sheviit, Perek Aleph, Mishna He. In this Mishnah, we're going to speak about if a person has if there are three trees in a field, and they don't necessarily belong to one person. They belong to three separate people. So if they belong to three separate people, do we say that these three trees form a field together, and you're allowed to plow the entire fields for these three trees? Or should we say that each one stands on its own, and each individual is only allowed to plow around that specific tree, right? But they don't combine together to form a quote unquote field where you'd be able to plow the entire field for those trees. So Shilosha Inanot, if there are three trees, Shilosha Nashim that belong to three different people. So one tree for each person. These combine, and you're allowed to apply the entire betzeah, the entire field for these three trees. How much space needs to be in between these trees, right? So if you have these three trees, do they need to be, equidistant, spread out between the entire field, or how do these trees need to be set up? Rabban Shimon ben Gamliel Omer, right? So Rabban Shimon ben Gamliel says, as long as the cattle is able to pass through with its kelim, right, meaning with its plow itself, Yerushalmi explains that this is approximately, it is 4 amot, right? So 4 amot in between each tree. If you have 4 amot in between each tree, that's enough space where you could say, okay, these are far enough away from each other where this is considered a field. But less than that, it would not be the case. It's seemingly over here, right? We're talking about like the first part of the Mishnah, where we have three trees of three different people. How much space do you need between them? So like Rambam says over here, Bitnai, on condition that these three trees are separated by this amount of space, which is 4 amot. I would just point out that in the Chibur, in the Mishneh Torah, it sounds like he extends this further, extends it to any three trees, right? Even if it belongs to a single person, you still need to have this much space in between in order to plow the entire field, right? Because he says in the Mishneh Torah over there, and Hilchot, also in Hilchot, by the laws of Shemitah, any three trees in a betzeah is considered a field, right? As long as you have enough room for the bakar, for the cow to pass through with its kelim. I would point out that not everyone agrees with the Rambam. The Chazon Ish over here even says this Ta'ut Sofer Rambam, right? And he's posek halacha even differently. He actually speaks about needing to have this law is talking about when there's 10 trees within a betzeah, right? It's not going back on 3 trees specifically, it's going back on 10 trees in a field, how much you need to have, right? So there are different opinions over here, but Rambam is as we explained.